All right, I want to give you the game plan to launch, grow, and scale your fitness studio from absolute zero to 7 figures. This is the process that you need to go through, and I'm going to walk you through the main steps in the next few minutes. If you don't know me, my name is Justin Devonshire, and I help gym owners scale their business based on what's worked for me with over a decade of experience growing multiple fitness studios of my own. In every video, I give you some great knowledge that you can implement and get better results. So let's talk about this, and from my experience, I can walk you through the game plan that I've used from launching new facilities to filling them and then scaling to multiple locations. And this is what I wish I had. This is the roadmap I wish I had when I was starting out, and I would have had success a lot faster if I had been told this. So the first step is launching your studio. So if you're anywhere from 0 up to 50 clients, then the main things that are going to get you there are, number one, choosing your ideal client and knowing their language. So the first thing is you want to dial in on the customer you can serve best. Don't try and serve everyone. I know it sounds like you're leaving money on the table by excluding people, but actually you're going to make more because when you're known for serving one group of people, you can get better results, you can have a more systemized way of getting those results, and you're going to be able to charge more because you'll be seen as the go-to expert in that niche, whether it's busy mums or athletes or whatever it might be. And knowing their language means when you are targeting a specific type of person, all your adverts, your content, and everything is more powerful because you're going to speak the exact language that that person responds to. So very powerful, but overlooked by a lot of coaches. The next thing that you need to do is create an irresistible signature front-end offer. So this could be a 21-day program, a 6-week program, whatever it might be. Something that you know gets results and is attractive to get people through the door. And then the third element you need to get your first 50 clients is going to be a high converting sales process. So you need a systemized way of acquiring clients. That means generating leads, getting those leads booked into a consultation, and then knowing how to close to get that front end sale. If you can do those 3 things, you're going to be well on your way to 50 clients. And we know that because every single studio we open with 60 clients on day 1. So this took me months to do the first time round, but knowing what I know now with my systems, we actually complete this first phase on day 1 of opening with about 4 weeks of promotion. So if you want to learn how to do that, send me a message and I can show you my strategies for doing that. Now, the next phase. The next phase is growing your studio. So this is going from 50 or 60 members all the way to full capacity, which for most studios, if you're running a 1,500 to 2,000 square foot place, it'll be maybe 200 members at the most. So growing that studio and filling it is all about having systemized client fulfillment. You've got to be able to deliver that front-end offer, that signature service, and your ongoing month-to-month service like clockwork. Needs to be systemized so that you can start to outsource. You also then need to work on reducing your churn rate sub 5%. And that's important because you're only going to have a profitable business if the churn rate is low. So we need to work on building in client retention systems, giving life-changing results, world-class experience, and a consistent, predictable service they can depend on. Do those things and your churn rate is going to come down, and that will give you the profitability to know you can actually go to the next step, which is scaling. And the third thing we need to do here is to do what I call maximizing client lifetime value. So what we need to do as part of this one studio prototype is you need to increase the amount of money you make on average from each client that walks through the door. And there are a few ways to increase your lifetime value. The first is increasing the retention, which we just talked about, which means the longer a client stays with you, the more money you're making per client. Another way to do this is to increase the upsell value, which means you offer different upsells. and the more of your client base you can get to adopt another service or supplements or another product, you're making more transactions overall. And the third way to increase lifetime value is to increase the referral value of each client, which means if you can generate more referrals, then every client is worth more to the business. And once you've done those three things, you're going to fill up your gym and you're going to have the workings of a prototype model that's ready for phase 3. And phase 3 is scaling. That means going from one successful studio to multiple studios. And what you need in place to do this, again, based on the fact that we've launched multiple studios and we grew a franchise business to over 30 locations in the UK. Number one, you've got to have long-term financial projections. So based on now you know what your numbers look like in the gym, you need to map that out and say, hey, over 3 years, what would a gym look like in terms of growth based on your system, and how much revenue, expenses, and profit would you expect for 3 years in the future? That's super important. Then you need to have the systems, the operations, and the SOPs documented so that you can outsource every task in the gym as it is. Then you need employee branding and team culture, meaning you need to basically be able to recruit strong team members and have onboarding and development systems in place for them. So now that you can get people to deliver the systems you've created. And once you can do that in one location and you can outsource yourself completely, then you're ready to look at scaling to multiple locations. At that point, it's really a case of getting the capital in order to invest in more locations. Now, the more profitable your studio is, then you're more easily able to afford to reinvest some of that profit into the next location. Or you could even use your good cash flow to borrow against that. But if the first gym is not profitable, there's no way you can scale. So that's the 3 steps we go through. And if you want to learn more about how to do every one of these steps, Gym School is the business academy that walks you through all of this. And it's literally everything I've done for over a decade, every system, every strategy, every SOP, and the entire step-by-step business blueprint for launching, filling, or scaling your fitness studio or bootcamp is all inside Gym School. So that's what you get. It's not just every strategy and tactic, but it's also in order, and it's a systemized business plan. So it's going to take you from wherever you are right now. If you're just starting out, it's going to help you determine who's your best client, what signature offer you should launch, how to set up your acquisition funnel. If you're then growing, it's going to show you how to systemize your business. It's going to give you the SOPs and most of it done for you. And then if you're ready to scale, then Gym School is also going to show you how to recruit the right people, how to build a team culture, how to do financial projections, and even how to raise money and capital to help you scale. And you get all of those systems, all of those teachings and workshops, and you get live coaching with me every single week. And right now, all that's available for less than $2 a day. So if you want to find out more about Gym School, then check out the link in the comments or shoot me a question. It'd be great to have you inside Gym School, and we can help you then get to wherever you are to the next step.